Okay, boys and girls, we're going to go over RPM drop at the shift points, why it's important. These little engines don't like RPM. I think with the stock cam and heads and turbo, they pretty much blew their load around 5,200 RPM, 53, something like that, very, very low. The governors in these cars, and the transmissions in these cars, I believe the stock governors shift these things out around 4,800. Reason being is, again, you got to keep these things in their rev range, and if you don't get enough of an RPM drop, all you'll do is buzz the engine too high for RPMs, float the valves, and you won't gain anything. Now, this is a run from my own car. Now you'll see that the 1-2 shift point is going off at 5,200 RPM. I have played around with the governor and the transmission in this car, having it shift higher for what I need it to do. And you'll notice a 2-3 shift point, I won't even show you that one, but it's just below 6,000 RPM. I talked to one of the very best torque converter specialists in the States, and he told me with this particular converter I have in my car that if I keep it up around 5,800 on the 2-3 shift point, it'll get the converter to couple better. And so that's why I do that. But again, guys, don't do what I'm doing here. But anyway, this one here again, shifting out at 5,200, and I'll slide this over. Tougher. I gotta get a tripod. This is nonsense. Where the heck is it here? It should be 46. Oh, hang on. Damn. Okay, so it's dropping off to 4680. If I do the math real quick on that, I think that's 520 RPM. So it's getting a pretty decent RPM drop at the shift points. I've seen PL files from guys sending them to me, and they've gone out and bought some shit-ass lock-up torque converter, and they're getting like a 200, 250 RPM drop. It's not enough. And again, they're buzzing the motor way too high, and it just it's out of its RPM range, and it's not good. What I'm basically seeing is a lot of guys are spending a lot of money on their engines, getting their transmissions rebuilt, throwing money at it, and they'll go out and buy a torque converter that just, well, to put it lightly, just absolutely sucks. So anyway, do your homework when you're buying a torque converter, and again, keep in mind that you need a decent RPM drop to keep the engine in its rev range. Okay guys, that's about it for today. Have a great one. Take care.